Okay, just sitting outside the studio this morning, sipping on some coffee, listening to the birds. It's kind of foggy out here today, which is fine. That'll burn off. It's been sunny for the last few days, which has been nice. Kind of needed that. Thought I would make a video, talk about the routine and just, I don't know, everything's kind of a whole bunch of cycles, and I don't know how I feel about astrology and whatnot. I'm Capricorn. I like that. I like goats. I can relate. Last night, late last night, I was listening to the podcast and heard the Winston Churchill quote, if you're going through hell, keep going. I like stuff like that. Some kind of simple reminder that, life is definitely challenging, and man, if there's anything that I've learned in this glass venture, is that it's not a linear path, and that you're just gonna have good days and you're gonna have bad days, obvious stuff like that. But I think no matter what you do in life, you hit these places where things seem just like insurmountable, and maybe you go from thinking you had a handle on things, and then the rug gets pulled out from under you, and and I think it's all about, that's what's gonna happen. Life is like that, so you kind of have to take those things in stride and keep going. And I just know a lot of people are feeling the burn right now, and of changes and shifts to their day-to-day, whether it's work and finances or family or parenting or all of these things, and I think the best thing that anybody can do when things get like that is just really try to stay grounded and focus on the next right thing, focus on simple things, and try not to spin out, and spin out with, worry or anxiety or frustration and all these things that tend to just make things worse. And it's kind of like, I don't know, for me personally, when things get really weird, I just, at this point in my life, it's almost like I feel anxiety in things, but it's really ends up being real important to find that, calm and do what I need to do to try to be functional with my family, and with my day to day. And learned a lot of these things the hard way, just going through frustration, getting frustrated, outwardly, where uh, just having a hard time accepting my humanity, like, oh, this isn't working out and it really should be. And, uh, that can manifest in all sorts of ways, depression or just like self-loathing or anger or, you know, um, and yeah, I don't know, it kind of just all ties into that mindfulness stuff. But I got in a routine of like meditating and things like that, and I think that's probably ideal and really beneficial. It, I've found a lot of benefit in that, but I'm kind of, it's hard, I know that's the common thing. It's hard to sit, if it's hard to sit for 10 minutes or hard to sit for 20 minutes, then that means, you really probably should. But I think I'm getting at that I'm more of like a busy hands or happy hands kind of guy. And so, uh, what tends to work for me and, solve a lot of my problems is staying busy with, uh, anything that needs to get done. I don't know. It doesn't matter what it is. And then that helps my anxiety that I'm seeing little bits of progress. Doesn't, I'll come out in the workshop and if my bench is cluttered or, things are just cluttered, then I'll focus on that and I'll really enjoy the result. And then it gives me a clean slate where I'm able to open up, my creative faculties to, everything's just put away and at least off my bench, if I have to just clean my bench and put a little clutter on another table over here, and then I'll do that so I can get to work. And yeah, so I don't know, just focusing on one little thing at a time. Getting enough rest is tough. I'm on this like, it's good if I get 6 hours of sleep. That's pretty good. But kind of running on the, 2 big cups of coffee a day kind of regimen. I don't know. I've always kind of drank coffee. It is what it is. So yeah, if you're going through hell, keep going. I don't feel like I'm going through hell right now. That's fortunate, but I know I'm all too familiar with that. And so when I'm not going through hell and it seems like, it's lurking, then that's pretty motivational for me to also just keep going. I don't know. Spend a lot of time in this routine of waking up and having that beeline for the torch in the workshop, take pictures of new work, handle any communications, and just try to keep a simple focus, pragmatic, just, show up and do the work, and I'll be damned if that doesn't tend to actually, work out when I kind of just focus on it. And then you have to be careful with the tunnel vision, and there's a lot more to life than glass, that's for sure. And it's easy to hit diminishing returns. Where you're putting all your effort there, and then everything starts to suffer. So finding some sort of sustainable rhythm is where it's at. Anyway, yeah, just like the morning stream of consciousness. Daily pep talk I give myself, kind of. Figured I'd share it. Got a custom order to work on today, custom pen. Then once that's finished, I'll be free to carry on with some of my own whatevers. Yep. Put a new YouTube video up yesterday, a new patron-only video up yesterday. So yeah, keep going. What else? Can't just stop and roll over. It's okay to sit there for a while. Go cry in the woods. Whatever. Whatever you need to do to kind of shake it off and pull yourself back together. Things break. Best laid plans of mice and men oft go astray. All that. So you just keep going. Stop and listen to the birds for a second, though. Find the reasons why. There's more. There's a lot. There's a lot in the world that's counting on you. You realize it or not realize it. Well, I better drink some more coffee and keep going. Hope you do too.